stream, I'm going to be sharing with you the costs you pay when you are hormonal imbalance or stay hormonal imbalance, or if you are at worst you're not cycle syncing. I'm going to talk about the lies hormonal imbalance tells us about our bodies. We're going to get into it in this live stream. So I'm Adaeze Feyisayo. I'm a healer and a guide, and I guide women to connect to healing, to be able to create their envisioned, co-create their envisioned life with God, activate their creativity, and of course, by extension, abundance and build wealth, sustainable wealth. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, you're welcome. Speaking of tea, you know how we do it. I have my tea, so yeah, today I'm drinking the infamous, always selling out, orange tree mistletoe tea. Yeah, so this is an incredible tea we use to treat, at a particular dosage, heals PCOS, treats shrinks, completely removes fibroids without surgery, actually sells out because people buy it to regulate their nervous system so they can sleep better, they can heal their gut, and yeah, basically just reduce blood pressure and things like that. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, lol. um yeah, let me know if you're interested and I will share the link, especially if you're in Nigeria. I will share the link for you to order through our WhatsApp store, or you can just head over to the Connected to Healing newsletter and subscribe, and you get access to things like that. Okay, so let me start the audio recording because of what has been happening lately, where the live streams just cut off. So that being said, let me hold up. Oops. Okay. Yes, so we are back. So let's just get right into it, right? So this is our special International Women's Day live stream. You're welcome if you're watching the replay. If you're joining me, comment where you're joining me from. I always love to know all the wonderful parts of the world our incredible viewers are from. Connected to Healing is, we're actually a registered company. It's Connector International Limited, and I am the CEO. My partner is not in this live stream with me, so we basically offer reproductive and naturopathic wellness, consultancy, advice, guides, and products, basically to help women heal, find balance, and of course activate creativity and live their envisioned dream lives. Now, hormonal imbalance might stop that. So let's get into what is hormonal imbalance. Hormonal imbalance basically refers to when your different hormones in the body, you have them at levels they're not supposed to be. Either they're too low or they're too high, right? And now, when you see hormonal imbalance, hormones, what are they? Hormones are basically messengers in our bodies, right? When certain activities go on, the brain notices it, releases it. The pituitary gland releases these hormones, and when they're released, they send messages all over our body to do certain things. For example, if you're in a situation where you have a deadline pending, you're stuck in traffic, you're calling your assistant, you can't reach your assistant, your body begins to know that you are emotionally stressed. So what happens? The brain and the pituitary gland will release, or the part of the brain really that handles stress will release cortisol into the body system. Immediately your nervous system is activated, and when your nervous system is activated, that changes a lot of things in your body. You begin to prepare to either to fight the situation going on, maybe fight customers who are waiting for their deliveries and you're not at the office, you can't find your assistants, there's nobody there to attend to the customers. Do you see where I'm going with all of this? If it's a woman and that happens to you a few days to your menstruation might be delayed because cortisol goes as a messenger and changes the body, changes what's going on in the body. So that's just one example of how cortisol as an hormone, when released and stays in your body for extended periods of time, it shuts down your immune system because your brain has told your body, girl, yeah, we're not safe, so we need to run for our lives, or we need to fight to the death, because the brain can't perceive if you're stressed because you can't call your assistant is not picking your call, or if you're being chased by a lion, right? So it's the same response the brain is going to give, and the cortisol is just going to go into the body system, do what it needs to do, and then obviously when you regulate your nervous system, it goes back. Now let's go back to today, because we talk about reproductive health and connected to healing. We're going to focus more on the reproduction hormones, and how they impact our body. So I'm talking about hormones like estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone, because women do have spike increase in testosterone, LTH, and stuff like that. Really, does I'm going to read out a couple of questions. If this sounds like how you felt lately, then maybe you might be struggling with hormonal imbalance of your reproductive hormones, right? Number one, have you been having painful menstruation? I mean, like excruciatingly painful menstruations. So note these questions, all right? Number two, do you have energy to do things? Then halfway you just stop and you're staring at the ceiling. Your energy just fluctuates, your energy level fluctuates, and now it's gone. Number three, are you happy? Then you're irritated, and then you're like happy again. Your mood is just swinging. It's swinging. You're all over the place, basically. Are you struggling with your creativity and your productivity? You are struggling to connect to your willpower, or you're creative. It's like one of my, like what our manager said, our content manager said. She's like, it was like she could hear our creativity as a stream flowing, but she just couldn't connect. She just couldn't put in her bowl, put in her bucket to fetch out of her well of creativity. And I love that analogy, right? Another thing could be, are you hardly satisfied with food you eat? You're eating everything, girl. Are you one of those people, on TikTok in the comment section, I tried this didn't work for me. You're eating everything, but literally you're not satisfied, you're not filled up, you're even having lower energies. So another thing could be, are you having irritable bowel syndrome? Another thing could also be obesity, right? You need to check the root cause of that, because obesity oftentimes is just a condition that comes as a cause of, say, hormonal imbalance. If, for example, certain hormones like, you know how we do this? It's a class, it's a lecture note. I have the laptop with our notes. I will be looking down to look at my notes, right? So, say for example, if there are certain hormones that are fluctuating in your body, they could be sending signals to your brain and to other parts of your body like she's starving. They're telling your body like she's starving, and your body's like, but we have fat stored. They're like, no, she needs to eat. So that brings me to start talking about, let's go deeper into certain conditions that hormonal imbalance causes, especially for women, right? I talked about, if you've answered yes to any of the questions that I read out, you're likely having a hormonal imbalance of either estrogen, progesterone, because those symptoms I mentioned have to do with people who are struggling with an irregular menstruation. They're struggling with hormonal imbalance in relation to their reproductive health specifically, right? And the other aspects of it, like insulin, for example, an insulin imbalance is connected to diabetes. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So you see how even though hormones are just messengers in the body, they are very important, and we need to keep them in a state of like balance. They can either impact your health or the quality of your life. So some might not impact your health. Say for example, hormonal imbalance with production hormones will impact your health rather. Maybe infertility, irregular menstruation, PCOS, and just a host of other things like that are just quite frankly scary. But don't worry, I've got you. Hi dog, you're welcome to the live stream. So that being said, let's get into the health costs, right? Number one health costs of hormonal imbalance is poor energy management. You can't show up and live your best life. Discipline, 0/10. Consistency, 2/10. Girl, your energy levels, like an elevator that is not functioning well. Do you get where I'm going with this? Struggle. And now the fascinating thing about energy is not just only kinetic energy or the chemical energy of food we eat. It's also your emotions, energy, your thoughts, energy. So when someone is hormonally imbalanced, for example, they might struggle with having actual physical energy to do things. They might struggle with knowing the right kind of chemical energy to impute, because the hormones have everything. They're sending the wrong messages. Remember, they're messengers, right? So they're sending the wrong messages across the body. So you don't even know, do I eat this or do I eat that, right? You don't know. Number one, that's number two. Number three, energy in relation to your emotions, because once certain messages have been sent around across the body, you might begin to feel a particular way. For example, if somebody is dealing with severely painful menstruation that is also irregular, so just pops up, you have a meeting to for promotion, and you just say, oh, I'm having like a bit of like a pain, cramps or tummy, and someone's like, oh, take this medication, take this painkiller, and you're like, oh, let me use the toilet quickly, and you go in and boom, blood everywhere. How is that not going to impact your emotions? And don't even get me started on how certain hormones released in the body, for example, cortisol, impacts our ability to process our emotions and express ourselves. And if we stay in an act with a dysregulated nervous system, we stay with a menstrual cycle that is has suffering some form of disorder, pain, lack of vision clarity, you can't live your best life, you don't have the energy to live your best life. So that's the first cost. The first cost you pay having hormonal imbalance is actually poor energy management or low energy levels. The next one is obviously gonna be your menstrual health. Your menstrual health is going to be impacted if you have hormonal imbalance, especially of your reproductive health, your reproductive hormones like estrogen, progesterone, because their hormones, LTH. Let me check the Naija Cycle Syncing guide. That's our reference point for this video. Yeah, I have a book on cycle syncing that helps you balance your hormones. We'll get into that later in the live stream, right? So basically, you'll have different hormones that contribute to you having a menstrual cycle. If the hormones are imbalanced consistently, you see a thing where irregular menstruation, painful menstruation, what's the other one? Very long menstruation, right? These are some of the disorders. And in the long run, it also can impact your vital organs, because your kidneys, your livers, your heart, your spleen, all of these organs work with what you're feeding it. So we talked about low or poor energy management. If you are not in a place where your body can discern and properly communicate what food or chemical energy it needs, how are you going to have a healthy menstrual cycle? Because the 4 organs that need to help you do that, they're starving. They're starving. Which brings me to the next health cost is your beauty currency could just be less. If you're Nigerian, you probably understand what I mean. Your beauty currency going down. You know when you're playing games, Candy Crush, and as you're clicking things off, the drop down is going down. That's how the person's beauty currency is just gonna keep going down. Why? Because the hormonal imbalance is gonna trigger acne, clogged skin, both hormonal acne and even normal acne. So clogged pores, bacteria, it's nasty, y'all. It's nasty. Let me tell you something. When I did have, I don't like to say am or was, when I did have previously hormonal imbalance, I would get acne and the spots will stay on my face for days. But look at your girl now. Look at your girl. Come on. Like, we thank God, for healing. Yeah. So let's talk about how it impacts your, your beauty currency. Number 1, more acne. I've said it, right? Number 2 is you will struggle with connecting to yourself. And what's the cost of not connecting to yourself? I have a video about that on you're not going to be aligned with your vision. You have a goal, oh, by April I will do this, I will do that. Down the drain. You're not connected to yourself, so it will affect your vision, and that will affect your self-esteem. And when your self-esteem or your self-worth is low, you cannot show up to keep doing your beauty regimens. Do you see where I'm going with all of this? While battling with acne, at the same time, it could affect your hair growth. You could see how healthy my hair is, right? The elasticity, everything is okay. Girl, if one is struggling with hormonal imbalance, it's not going to be this way. Soft nails, as a client told me. Nah, that used to be me, not anymore. See my nails. Look at the girl. Just look at the girl. Is long, lustrous, looking good, even looking like a French tip. Come on. I mean, I could use it to break into a wall or a bank. Don't quote me. And it will be fine. Like, the nails are gonna be fine. I know, because I've hit them around the place and I'm like, oh my God, I'm sure they're broken. But they're no, they're cha-cha-cha, they're hard, they're fine. So These are the ways hormonal imbalance will impact one's beauty currency, right? Because if you are not feeling worthy enough because of certain experiences within one's body, and remember the neurochemical changes happening in your body, the things, the hormones, the wrong messages they're sending, it is well. It is well. And of course, another cost one can pay, now we're shifting from health cost to other cost, right? Another cost one would pay is one will struggle with feeling aligned with your body. And as women, we need to be aligned with our body. We need to have a healthy gut. We need to boost our intuition. So if you're not aligned with your body because of hormonal imbalance, how are you going to know how to take your activated nervous system back to a nervous system that is regulated? How are you going to be able to rewire your brain for success and stay with positive thoughts, stay with aligned with your vision? How are you going to be able to be disciplined and consistent? How are you going to focus on your vision? How are you going to keep the faith, right? Because yes, you can try all of these and exercises, but if your body is fighting against you because of hormonal imbalance, it becomes a struggle, which brings me to another cause, struggling for everything, and that neurochemically wires you to also look out for struggle. So it's a non-ending circle. And waste money, so much money on food, so much money on food, eating things that are not aligned for the phase of your cycle. You don't even know. So when certain hormones are supposed to be metabolized by the liver out of your system, you've not fed your liver well enough. Once, like, you've not eaten anything vitamin A enriched, vitamin E enriched, girl, hormonal imbalance, she's not the one. She's not the one. So that brings me to, what can we do about this? You know what I mean? What can we do about this? If all of this sounds like stuff you struggled with, don't lose hope, right? Like I titled this video, this is our special International Women's Day live stream, Accelerate Action. Really, oh, that's for the newsletter. If you're struggling with hormonal imbalance, the cost you pay. Number one, I've listed a lot of costs, but an extra one is a woman that is not aligned with her body, doesn't have a healthy connection to intuition, doesn't have a regular menstrual cycle, a healthy regular menstrual cycle, her beauty currency is not up, she has no drive, no discipline, no consistency, zero focus, she's not aligned with her vision, she's not connected to God within her, you might as well just go and volunteer to work on your mind right now. Don't even bother. I'm sorry I said it. Just volunteer and just go and work for the government. Let them be paying you a government stipend. Maybe join the military, you know, or, you know, I don't know, maybe. Girl, no. Where the world is going to right now, the things I've seen, vision-wise, heard, you need to be your healthiest self. When I say your healthier self, I mean your healthiest self. Health is so important. It is the foundation of everything. As a woman, to be beautiful, to be healthy, to be aligned, to make the best decisions for yourself, to... Hi. Okay, good, we're back. Sorry about that. You know how I do, I sit in the sun, so... yeah, the phone overheated. I just love the sun, okay? Forgive me. So we're back. So where did I stop? I was talking about the health cost. Oh no, we had moved past the health cost and we're talking about, yes, the Holy Spirit is not going to stay. It will stay with you, it won't leave you, except if you agree with the Holy Spirit. But the Holy Spirit doesn't want to stay in a body that you're not taking care of. In fact, he will be nudging you to work out. He will be nudging you to work on emotional wounds that might be contributing to you living an unhealthy, unnutritious lifestyle. If it's poverty, trust me, God is going to give you ideas for you to make money. But at the end of the day, you still need to be in a place where your body supports your creativity, where you not only are connected to your creativity and your intuition, but you boost it. Right. So how do you know if your hormones are imbalanced? Number one, you're going to have to go and get a test done. Even if you came to the company to consult with us, we would refer you to a sister diagnostics place where you would have a test done. So they would check the hormone levels in the person's body. So your endocrine gland dumps hormones straight into the bloodstream, right? So they just draw your blood and then they do a test for the hormones levels. Then they'll ask questions about what has your lifestyle been like, what is going on with you lately, to be able to tell if, and of course medical history, to be able to tell if these hormones are imbalanced or not. Right now, besides all the health costs I mentioned, besides the fact that I said spending so much money on so many things, I talked about how it can lead to acne, hormonal acne, infertility, PCOS, painful menstruations, irregular menstruations, obesity, because when you have high cortisol level in your body system and the thyroid hormone is low, that combination leads to, that contributes to obesity. It does. And I already talked about what happens when your reproductive or sex hormones for women is imbalanced, what that leads to: the hair loss, brittle nails, issues with the skin, acne, painful menstruation, infertility, and in certain cases uterine fibroid formation. This is not a joke. With the way the world is going economically, with the way the world is going energetically, the powers that be are happy when you are sick. In fact, it's not a coincidence that the area women's rights struggles with in the year 2025 of our Lord Jesus Christ is health, reproductive health, education, reproductive health rights, emotional health, mental well-being. It's intentional. Women, we are the guardians of life. We are the custodians of life and creativity. So it profits the world, not to sound like Brother Matthew, but it profits the world really for women to be sick. Which is why one of the most empowering things you can do for yourself in the year 2025 for the next 5 years or more is to be your healthiest self. First is heal out of hormonal imbalance, especially if it has to do with your sex or reproductive hormones like estrogen, progesterone. Please, I'm begging. Now, what is the healing step you can do? We're going to start cycle syncing. A lot of things to help you prevent hormonal imbalance or to correct its effect has to do with, number one, a healthier lifestyle. I'm talking the food, your nutrition, you're eating according to your cycles. If you have PCOS, so you're not seeing any cycles, you're going to start off first with, I've said this before, go and subscribe to the Connected to Healing newsletter. I'll put a link in the video description after the live stream. It's an incredible resource, and those who are there will get professional treatment when I finally form like some form of membership. So you don't want to miss out on that opportunity. You're gonna start off with black seeds, right? I have a whole article sharing 30 health reasons why black seeds is incredible, and of course a link for you to order it from our sister company. Black seeds are incredible. So if you have PCOS, you're gonna start off with that first of all. Start off with that. Then the teas that I showed you before, the orange tree mistletoe tea and our iron tea, which form part of our healing package. You're gonna pump your body with vitamins. Now, I'm not talking about those store-bought vitamins that when you research them is literally soil, sulfur, and some other chemicals they are mixing together and they're calling vitamins. I'm talking like from food, from fruits. The fruits, spices, herbs, they need to be growing from the ground. Like when you ask in the market, how is this grown? They need to tell you, oh, it was grown so meters off the ground. Eat close to the ground. If this is the ground, the food you're eating should not be like this to the ground, like this to the ground. If it's a tree, all the better. Shall the tree is connected to the ground. Do you understand what I mean? If the earth, yeah, that's how you're gonna eat. That's how you're gonna eat. You're gonna need fiber-rich things that have pectin fiber. So they are cleansing out all the free radicals from our day-to-day jobs. They are removing oxidative stress. Cortisol and other things like that are leaving your cells stressed. You need to eat stuff that's gonna, like a vacuum cleaner, out of your system. You're gonna poop it out. You're gonna pee it out. Right? You're gonna sleep better. You have to regulate your nervous system. Go and buy your level up strategy course. Maybe I'll put the link also in the video description, and learn grounding techniques, learn how to self-regulation practices to regulate your emotions, to regulate your body, to calm your nervous system down. The world is only gonna get more chaotic. I'm not trying to be negative, I'm speaking facts. You as a woman need to ground yourself. You are a leader. You are a custodian of life. You are literally iconic. And girl, you don't need to be out here in the streets with people who are with the ammo to kill, steal, and destroy, attacking you, and you're just falling for it. Please, no, no, no. So we're gonna regulate our nervous system so we're sleeping well enough, and we're going to leave being activated or being in a state of stress. So that's number 3, right? Number 1 I said is you're going to get a test done to check if you're hormonally imbalanced, to see if there are any other reproductive health issues. You cannot thrive as a creative being, stay in a healthy, healed feminine energy, and your body is in pain. Your body is imbalanced. Your confidence is in the dustbin because your beauty currency is low, because the sex hormones growing, giving you acne, hair issues, everything, dark neck, dark armpits, which are all connected to hormonal imbalance. Let me tell you now, right? And then don't be pushed to then use short-term solutions for symptoms. Get to the root cause. Yeah, bleaching cream to help you with that is not the solution. You need to get to the root cause. It's hormonal imbalance. You need to get, and which hormone is it? Go and get a test done, please. Right? After that, then you can come buy our teas. You can come get you can even get the Naija Cycle Syncing guide. The link is in this video's description. Go and get it and start eating according to the 4 phases of your cycle. Which brings me to talk about cycle syncing. What is cycle syncing? Cycle syncing is you eating your food, your workouts, your lifestyle, your planning, your life activities, your self-care, your beauty maintenance, everything. You time it to the 4 cycles of your menstrual phase, right? So your follicular phase, your menstrual phase, menstruation, the first phase, your follicular phase, second phase, your ovulatory phase, the third phase, or ovulation, and the 4th phase is the luteal phase. Women have been lied to. We only have menstruation and ovulation. At least in my home country, that's what they taught us in biology class. 0/10. You have 4 phases, and knowing that is the missing healing step for many women. Was for me. So if you don't want to feel the way I listed earlier, low on energy, lacking, you're struggling with productivity, you're struggling connecting to your creativity, girl, painful menstruation, IBS, hair growing where hair is not supposed to grow, acne scars that will not fade. You're using all the expensive product, but the acne scars are taking longer to fade, things like that. Yeah, that cycle syncing. Cycle syncing will help with hormonal imbalance. So with that, I'm going to go into the Naija Cycle Syncing guide, and I'm just going to share a few things with you for you to right now go and get your guide and start cycle syncing. You're going to lift brain fog, all that feeling confused, you don't know what to do, forgetting things every 5 to 3 seconds, dealing with a lot of skin health issues and confidence issues. See, one of the lies hormonal imbalance will tell you is that you're insecure, right? Or the person has insecurity. I don't like using you are or I am. Those are powerful spells, right? Words are spells, right? There's power of death and life and life and death in the tongue. But one of the lies hormonal imbalance tells a lot of women is that most of us have insecurities. And yeah, why not? When it's wrecking the whole body system, wrecking everywhere, of course, but it actually worsens or induces anxiety in women. Since I started cycle syncing, you should see your girl, you should see my driving vlogs, right? Like, I can't believe it's me also driving, because I literally was convinced that, oh, you know, driving was not something I enjoyed because it was such an anxiety-inducing experience. But when I started cycle syncing, it was one of the things that grounded me from a nutrition and energy management point of view. Another thing is, many of us, hormonal imbalance lies to us that we have no self-control, that we have no emotional intelligence. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie from the pit of hell, or from your pituitary glands and your endocrine glands not doing what I gotta do. It's a lie. Start cycle syncing today and trust me. You'll be able to regulate your emotions. Why? Because emotions are energy. And you are feeding your body with the chemical energy that will make sure that your hormones are balanced. you're doing things that are supported, not against, but you're going with the alignment with your hormonal rhythms. So say, for example, when estrogen is high in your system, you have peak energy, right? Peak energy. So you know that, okay, I'm not supposed to eat things that estrogen will multiply in my body that will turn to growth or fat. Because that's the T. Hormonal imbalance, fibroid growth, and a lot of these things that grow is when estrogen is high in the body, you're giving it protein makes things grow. So you are giving a fertilizer, more soil. Of course, things will grow when they're not supposed to grow. And that's for people, that's one of the things I talk about with people when they buy the fibroid healing package, right? We go in depth into like nutrition and like the connection, your hormones, your vital organs, all of these things. I'm just gonna give you that right now for those who are watching the replay. 2025 hormonal imbalance is key. Cycle syncing is key for your emotional and energy management, for your kinetic, physical energy, your chemical energy, the food you eat, your emotional energy. It is key. It is vital. You need to be in a state where you understand, you can recognize, you can understand, you can control and manage your emotions, and also understand emotions of others. You can have key skills to conserve energy, and because money is also energy, right? Money is also energy. If you cannot master the energy of yourself, your emotions, your thoughts, the food you eat, your physical activities working, how are you going to manage money? You're not a vibrational match for money, because energetically you're off, imbalance, which is why many people are struggling financially and hormonal imbalance. Girls, like, she's a dirty liar. And she's also a scream for help. So help yourself. I hope with this case I've been able to convince you and not confuse you that you should start cycle syncing today. Cycle syncing has numerous health benefits. I'm just going to list a couple of them. I've talked about them before, but I'm just going to list them again. Number one, the first thing is going to help you build and maintain a connection with yourself. You know, a couple of days ago, yeah, I just woke up. When I woke up, my body just told me this tea, right? The one I've been showing on the live stream. Yeah, my body just asked for the tea specifically early in the morning. I was like, girl, can I listen to my affirmations? And my body was like, listen to your affirmation and make me this tea. I said, while I was brewing the tea, I just recalled, I was like, wait, hold up. This tea is packed with vitamin C's, vitamin A, thiamine, folates. I was like, oh, and we just basically reproduced and restocked the body wash and some other skincare products, Connected Skincare, yeah. So it's been a stressful week for me and my team, the supply, everybody. It's been a stressful week for all of us. Not sleeping well, closing late, just doing the work basically, you know. And thankfully I was at this phase of my cycle that supported that to an extent where I was supported to conclude things, so thank God for that. But then when I had that craving for the tea, I realized that yes, I'm in a new phase now. I'd not been sleeping well, so my body knew like there's this thing, this is what I need. But because I have a deep and I've built a connection with my body, I do body scans regularly. I'm always checking and managing my energy levels. Do you understand? Which has helped me with my time management and my discipline and my consistency. It was easy for me to be able to identify what I need outside of myself to complement and to soothe me. So my body needed my gut to, you know, be healed. It needed my nervous system to be more regulated so I could sleep well. It needed me to have more vitamins and nutrients because I'd just been busy with the, like I said, with us preparing for this production and everything. So I'd not been eating as healthy as I would. So that's one of the benefits of cycle syncing. It would connect you to your body, all right? It would help you be more aligned with your body. You will know your needs. Your intuition will be sharper. And because you're building a health routine with cycle syncing, you connect more to yourself. You're gonna connect closer to God, because God created the herbs and everything for our healing, and you're just gonna get closer to God. Girl, it's gonna heal hormonal imbalance. I've been saying that once since. It's gonna help you with emotional regulation, which is gonna reduce mood swings. You think you're anxious, hormonal imbalance most likely. and lack of emotional regulation. You think you're grumpy, you're doing things at the time of the month when you're not supposed to do things. Like, girl, your serotonin levels are low. You need practices that will boost them, and you need to eat foods that would also boost the what's the name of that thing? We like call it neurotransmitter, the neurotransmitter that produces serotonin in the brain. You need your gut to be healthy so that your serotonin levels can stay good even when you're in your Lou the office. Girl, you can, Gem, you really can. There's so many other benefits of cycle syncing. If you want to know what foods to eat, what herbs, seeds, fruits for the 4 phases, you want to learn how to know when you are about to menstruate using the moon, because we might not always have technology. Hey, we might not always have technology and access to the internet to check what moon phase it is for you to know. So it teaches you how to use the moon now to master your cycle, your rhythm, to know. So that once you see the moon in the evening when you're back from work or your meetings or late dinner, you can tell, oh, my period is coming in a couple of days. You can be able to tell. This book teaches you that. It also teaches, it has tips for neurodivergent women to know how to manage themselves better, and so they can stay consistent with cycle syncing. It's a wonderful, wonderful resource, the Naija Cycle Syncing Guide. To get it, there's a link in this video description. Go and get it. Start cycle syncing today and activate not only your creativity, activate healing and harness your power. Beat the lies, heal your body, harness your power, and begin to succeed today. Begin to create your dream life. Thank you so much for staying with me on the live stream. Whoever the last one person is, thank you so much. I've had a wonderful time, and this has been one of my more passionate videos because I hate struggle, girl, because that used to be me, and a lot of my clients are healing out of that, and I want that for you too. So if you like a one-on-one session, my store, I'm gonna put the link down. You can go and book a guidance session, or start if it's something you need more energy healing work or emotional intelligence, guidance in relation to work or your business. I have the clarity strategy sessions. If it's more in depth on like healing guidance, you want me to hold space for you, I have my guidance sessions, right? And of course I have my other numerous guides and whatnot. I have a free resource, a gift there on there. It's a guide to help you flourish during financial difficult times. It used to be a letter on the newsletter, 2-part letter, but I combined, did some editing, and it's there. So if you want the free guide, go to my store and you get it. I'll put the link in the video description. Thank you so much for staying on the video. Thank you so much for learning about hormonal imbalance with me. I know we focus more on reproductive health and sex hormones and how imbalance in them can impact your health, well-being, and your finance and your beauty currency and everything. And see you next Tuesday and in my shorts. All right, gems, bye.